Hi, so we're the Gender Equality Group by Reese Wilson, Sarah Douglas, Isabel Kaufman, Shay Maroney, and William Johnson.
We got involved with this because we noticed a problem in our school, and it was that people tend to make comments or jokes that may not seem to degrade genders, but they actually do. And we realized that people they respect each other. To use this mindset, and we can't really have that.
At our school, we noticed that stereotypes were imposed on females and males. Males are supposed to be manly. They can't show emotion and are supposed to take insults like a man. Women, on the other hand, have to be ladylike. They are not supposed to say rude things or take up too much room at the dinner table. It seems like males must be loud and in charge, while females must be quiet.
The language used differs depending on the gender. While male of our middle school students and found many of these stereotypes along many more.
And also another problem we noticed is that many of our middle school students are anti-feminist and were against feminism, but we realized that they misunderstood what it was. And they called you might think this is funny, but they called all the people at our school who identified as feminists feminazis, and they thought that everyone was overreacting and being too sensitive.
We noticed a couple of stereotypes in our school that were generally imposed on males, and some of them were, they tend to go outside at recess. These are just stereotypes. When they're outside, they are tackle each other, push each other. It's more okay. They have very large and flexible friends, so people come and go. It's not as weird for someone to come and go versus girls. And basically, when they're making fun of someone or making a joke about someone, they tend to do it more to their faces than behind their back.
And then we've also observed these include if the girls go outside during recess, they usually sit and talk or play less aggressive games, and that's considered. And they tend to be more cliquey. Like the friendship groups are less flexible, so there's smaller groups and they're really exclusive. They make jokes that tend to be more silly or less trendy in popular catchphrases or joke formats. And then also girls are seen tending to degrade other girls more often than boys degrade girls, or boys degrade each other. And then girls call each other names behind backs more than boys.
We would like you to please discuss.
So I'd find anyone.
So, would anyone like to share any questions?
In my school, during lunch/recess time, what some of the girls and some guys do, we in the cafeteria, while some guys they skip whole lunch to play soccer in the fields. And something I've seen is that me and my friend Daniela, when we go to play soccer, they're always telling us, "Oh no, you can't play this and that. You guys have any day to play. Why would you pick today?" I thought that was very similar to something that happened to you guys.
Anyone else?
Oh, cool.
Okay, so through our work on this project, we wanted our middle school students to notice, challenge, and change these stereotypes, including how language is used. And some language and jokes they're meant to be people upset. So these jokes, they reinforce the ideas of sexism and males and females, and preconceived skill ability in certain areas. They normalize how much power each gender gets in society. So like some emotional, like, I guess you could say things that are school is probably like males are more preconceived and less, and females are less rational. And then men aren't supposed to cry, and then women cry more. This is damaging because it is enforcing stereotypes on people to be who they want to be. Don't. And then they clothing and like makeup and their hairstyles for like girls and stuff like that. They have more clothing on, and then like girls paint their nails and then guys kind of don't. And then women have more options fashion wise. And Isabel explained something that she saw.
So we did a survey with our whole middle school and adults. So 44% of our middle school knew the definition of feminism and gender equality, and some of the other answers were just like jokes about it or like saying it was bad, and just like saying what it isn't. And 27% of students had experienced hurtful comments in the previous 3 months, and then 12% saying the hurtful comments.
So one way that at our school that people have broken stereotypes. When we go to camp, teacher who always paints the boys' nails. So we thought that was like good because it was breaking the regular stereotypes.
Yeah, like boys wear nail polish and there's one.
Yeah, we do go back. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So you want
So
the
the video, yeah, the video. We're just gonna show like 2 minutes of it, not all. Just 2 minutes.
No, just roll.
More physical, anything else? Went into more some sports that was like more physical, anything else?
I think this is what
Went into more sports
I think the sport football because there's not really any girl football teams. Like there's no such thing as girl wrestling, so like I think that I don't really know.
There are some like arts and crafts sports that we usually do, like
Makeup and also like sewing that boys. Yes.
I don't notice a very from my perspective at least, but boys.
I would have to say because they're
I think this was. I mean, if
Because I know that a lot of times usually folks would do it a couple different times and or already. Or it's usually like yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go back to slide 8. Yeah.
Slide 8.
Yeah.
This is great and all, but what did we do?
We went into some 5th and 6th grade classes to talk to them about gender equality. We talked to them about language and terms that were concerning. We did an activity where we asked them, what are characteristics society wants girls to have, and what are the characteristics society wants boys to have? They came up with stereotypes they didn't even know existed. After the activity, we discussed their ideas. We asked them to start noticing these stereotypes and norms and asked them to speak up about them whenever possible. We think this was a successful lesson because we started to lead the discussion on gender stereotypes and think of those stereotypes. Here's a short video of a lesson to a fifth graders. Yeah. Just like the. Yeah, you have to double click it. Technical difficulties.
Sorry.
There.
This is just like from one grade lesson.
So we
Just
are
filtered a little
doing
bit of it.
a workshop, and we want you guys to notice gender bias stereotypes, challenge the gender stereotypes, and change your vocabulary to reduce and bias.
We got interested in this topic because we noticed that in our middle school, gender stereotypes and language that we didn't know we were using, people were still using it. Right?
Yeah, like
So thank you for that's a really good example of how it happens in really different brains too, I think. Maybe not as even noticing. So notice.
Guys are supposed to like do it. That's yeah, today, so we can understand.
Do you have another question?
Can I explain this a little bit? So yeah, we didn't really due to like technical difficulties film the whole thing. Students and one of the fifth graders brought up a point. Like in our present, we didn't mean for it to happen. It was like the theme of the like pink and blue. And she was like, "Is this why is it slide pink and blue? Isn't this reinforcing those ideas, the gender idea?" And then so
Like
brought up a good
stuff
point,
like
and then
that we don't even realize that can be considered like
So we have some definitions of some terms we think can be misunderstood quite a bit.
so your sex is either the two main categories, male and human, and many other living things, basis of their reproductive functions. Sex is purely
Gender, a person's what they think they are, so what they identify as. So you can be born a man or raised female. And it's important to know the difference because like on your birth certificate and gender is how you identify.
like what society.
Sexism is a prejudice or stereotype against someone's gender. So
feminine
to identify and achieve political, economic, and social rights for women. It's also a belief that women should be treated without taking men's rights away. When we and do things such as women have the right to hit men, or women should be more in order for it to be fair, this is not what feminism is. Actually, feminism isn't overreacting for women's rights at all. In fact, some feminists work to achieve men and women's rights, so to be like equal.
Gender equality. The state rights or opportunities is unaffected by gender.
People these days are becoming anti-feminist, which was interesting to us. Into this, the most common reasoning for this is the feminism really is. They are learning that is a negative thing when people are receiving is false. Gender equality is working towards achieving rights to equalize injustice between, and it is the opposite of sexism. Gender equality isn't or men that demolish those of the other gender. Women or men, it's also not women or men that feel like to feel more secure about themselves or their
Okay. So for our gender equality group, we want you to acknowledge the create a solution and then teach the solution.
So this is so this means know it exists, and then to think of like what you can do to help this people about it.
Gender equality is not a women's issue, it's a human issue, and it affects all of us. Sarah and I will be leading an activity involving what we just learned.
Alright. We are going to do an activity that real-life situations of gender inequality and discuss them in small groups. Sort of discussion with the larger group. We are now going to divide everyone into groups. So we need 5 or 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Okay, so how about, I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna do this though. You two like turn your chairs and like be in that group. It's like maybe to put your chairs over here and then like yeah. And then 7. And then 2, 3, maybe. Yeah, 3, 6, and then
I love your.
Are you talking about yeah, I know. Yeah. Are you?
We're good.
Yeah.
So you guys.
Superintendent.
Okay, Isabel.
Each group has received a case study involving an issue of gender. Each group must read and discuss together their example, and then prepare to present to the rest of the class how gender stereotyping has affected the situation and the physical and mental state of the person. Unique questions involving the individual case studies on every sheet of paper answer as well. So what you're going to do is you each have a situation on it and then questions. So we want you to write a summary of your situation and then answer, and then you'll all present on the front when you're done. So just
Yeah, you guys can start now. Wait, oh, sorry.